He's 11 years old, but cannot do anything without the help of his parents. Andrew Megorian has ME, a debilitating condition which has left him bedridden. Campaigners say more needs to be done to help sufferers, while others claim it's not an illness at all. Our reporter Sharon O'Neill has the story.
Andrew Megorian loved to dance and was star of the show here at Market Hill Fair 2 years ago. Today, aged just 11, Andrew is virtually bedridden, in constant pain, all because of ME.
I can't go to the toilet. I can't really do anything.
Andrew was diagnosed with chronic fatigue syndrome after he developed a virus. It was gradual, then became severe.
I'm sad that our child has to suffer like this. We're heartbroken as parents, to be honest. It's a very hard cross to have to carry, to be honest, and the lack of understanding doesn't help. But it's very hard on a daily basis to watch him.
Andrew hasn't been to school in over a year and can only stay awake for 2 hours at a time.
On Andrew's worst days, Andrew wouldn't waken up. He would sleep for maybe up to 20-21 hours a day. He would physically not be able to care for himself. He would have to be lifted to the bathroom and back again. We've even had to feed him. We'll have to hold drinks for him. Just his life has changed to back to where he was with like a baby.
Do you know much about the illness you have?
Yes.
Tell me.
Mommy explains it to me.
ME is difficult to diagnose. There are many symptoms: mental and physical fatigue, muscle pains, headaches, nausea and heart palpitations. All symptoms Horace Reid knows only too well. He's had ME for 19 years.
It's called chronic fatigue syndrome, but this is not fatigue. This is the kind of malignant tiredness that you would get with a bad dose of flu or a chest infection or cancer, or the way you would feel after you had radiotherapy. It's that kind of fatigue. It's a fatigue which will knock you off your feet. You're much more than tired. With the best will in the world, there are most days you don't want to get out of bed.
How big is this problem? It's estimated 250,000 people in the UK have the illness. Here it runs into the thousands. Because it's so difficult to diagnose, many believe it's much more. Jo McParlin set up her own support group in Newry and Mourne and is helping the Megorian family.
The first night we opened a support group in Newry, I thought the people were never going to stop coming in through the door. There was 50 people turned up. Since then, that's approximately eight months ago, my phone doesn't stop ringing and I'm getting constant emails from people who are totally bedbound or people with children, and they're all in a very distressed state looking for help. But we have no help here at all. All we have is our support group.
Getting the right help here hasn't been easy for the Megorians. There is only one ME specialist in the whole of Northern Ireland.
ME stroke CFS, that's what we were told, and that was it. We were left to our own devices after that to decide what it was, how it was going to affect him, and our biggest question was, when was Andrew getting better? That was all we wanted to know, and we went through a denial that this was going to take months. We thought Andrew had done his months, he'd done his year, and time was of the essence for us to try and pick him back up. Would have given vitamins, things like that, good food, good vegetables, fish, oils, everything. We tried everything, and then had a result to the internet for backup because we just couldn't go anywhere.
Medical opinion is divided on this condition. Some believe it's psychosomatic and have even referred to it as yuppie flu.
To live this life is bad enough, but to try and face the scepticism, the disbelief and even the ridicule from both, in fact some medical, not all medical professionals, but from some, and the general public, is very, very hard to deal with on top of having an illness.
You will get sympathy for the first 3 months, and after that the outside world becomes bored with your predicament, and then at the 1 year mark then they become sceptical, And then if you leave it 2 years, then they become actively hostile. So if you have ME or any other chronic illness and you have it long term and you don't actually die, you know, if you don't captivate your audience's interest, then you are not going to get sympathy.
With no cure and no one specific treatment, the McDorians can only take one day at a time.
I'll continue to fight for Andrew, and his daddy will continue to fight for Andrew until things improve, until Andrew's back being Andrew. That's what we want. We want our Andrew back the way he was. The chirpy, jokey child round the table, the singer, the joker, you know, and the one could keep everybody going in the house. That's what we want back, and we'll not stop until we get it back.
Despite this debilitating illness, Andrew is still positive. What would you like to do?
Just play football for 30 minutes, even 5 minutes.
This family hope that by telling their story, more people will realise what life's really like with ME, take this condition seriously and pump more money into finding a cure. Sharon O'Neill, UTV Live Tonight.